Hello and welcome back to Dr. Karen's Math Hacks. Today we're going to talk about story problems. Yeah, everybody's favorite, right? We use story problems to show how math works in real life, even though a lot of the actions in story problems uh, seem a little weird. A lot of people don't know how to set up a story problem, so let's take a look. Amy evenly split 10,000 samples. Okay, so now I'm seeing a woman, and she's got piles of stuff all around her. There's lots of them. She put these into 50 boxes. So now we have, here's Amy. She's got a table, and there's lots of stuff on it. And she's got 50 boxes. So she's taking the things and putting them in the boxes, etc., etc. All right, taking a large thing and splitting it into groups is division. Okay, evenly split is our key word. All right, we had 10,000 samples and 50 boxes. So if we're doing this, we know that's division. We're dividing the pile of samples and putting some in each box. In order to figure out whether you're adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, whatever, you need to look for what is going on in the problem. In this case, what's going on is taking a pile of things and separating them into different groups, all the same size. That's pretty much the definition of dividing. So we have 10,000 divided by 50. All right, we'll kill off a 0 each and then say, hey, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And then we have 2 zeros left over. So we have 200 boxes. Let's look at another one. I'll just wave my hand magically over the whiteboard and presto, we have a new question. So let's read this one. Sarah started a job that pays $15 an hour. Okay, so we know this is the pay rate. Pay rate equals $15 per hour. How much does she make if she works 40 hours? Okay, we have 40 hours. Okay, so the first thing I do is to pull these out. These are the numbers that we're going to be using. We need to include the units. Let's look at what's going on. Sarah started a job that pays $15 an hour. So we see Sarah here. She's got on her uniform and her little paper hat. She's going to work. So she gets $15 for the first hour, and $15 for a second hour, and $15 for a third hour. So that's multiplication because we're having the same thing copied multiple times. Okay? So she's getting $15 an hour. So we're going to multiply that times 40 hours. Okay? 15 times 4 is 60. So she is getting $600 a week. So you see how I built that picture? We started with Sarah has a job that pays $15. And then we're looking for the question, how much does she make? So we're looking for a dollar amount. How much does she make? And then it gives us the if she works 40 hours. Adding is when we have pieces here and we have pieces here and we move them together. Subtracting is when we have a bunch of pieces and we move some of them away. Multiplying is when we start out with something and make lots of copies of it. Dividing is when we start with a lot of copies and we put them into groups and we separate them. We actively divide them. So these are the actions you're looking for when you're doing story problems. A thing salesman makes $500 a week plus $2 per thing sold. If he makes $650 in a week, how many things did he sell? Okay, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay? So we read it through first. A thing salesman makes $500 in a week, which is going to be your salary, right? It's a flat number. Okay, plus $2 per thing sold. That's a commission. All right. If he makes $650 in a week, so this is total, how many things did he sell? Okay? So what we've got here, we're going to think about it. We've got his pay is split into two parts. Okay, we've got the $500 that he gets no matter what. And we get the $2 per thing. Okay? So that tells us that we've got two parts. This pay is equal to $650. Okay? So if we want to know how much this side is, we have to subtract this off. Because there'll be 500 of the 650, there'll be 500 that is the salary. Okay? So 650 minus 500 is 150. At this point we have 150 equals 2 times the number of things. So divide both sides by 2, and we get 75 things. So 75 is our answer. Always write your numbers down and label them. The advantage to this is that you no longer have to hold them in your head, and that's a big deal. Even easy numbers like this, it's a big deal. You automatically know what you're dealing with. Then, if you have the slightest doubt on what's going on, draw a picture. Okay? Pictures really are worth 1,000 words. And if you're not getting it, some of those words might be swear words. Okay? So let's look at one more, the very hardest of them. I wave my hand and presto, here it is. The high school sports team sells tickets at $5 each, or 2 if you're a student. If they sell twice as many student tickets as regular tickets and had 150 people, how much money did they make? Okay? So, let's look at this. The high school sports team sells tickets at $5 each, or 2 if you're a student. 5 regular, 2 student. So I'm seeing in my head red tickets and blue tickets. If they sell twice as many student tickets as regular tickets, okay, so, well, draw a rectangle here. That represents the tickets sold. All right. If we want twice as many students as regular, so we have to make a box of 3, right? We could make this X and make this 2X. Okay? Now they had 150 people. 150 people. So that means that gives us the size for this box. That this box is 150. Right? Now what did we do here? We broke it up into 3 pieces so that one can be twice as big as the other. Right? So if we divide 150 by 3, we get 50, right? So each box is 50. All right, this was student, this was regular, and this is student. So we have 100 student tickets at $2 each, plus, because, okay, we've taken care of this, the regular ones, 50 tickets at $5 each. Okay, so this is 200. And we're going to be adding 250. $450. So you see how I take it apart? We write down and label each spot and then use logic to figure out what we're doing. I hope this has been helpful. If you have things that you want to see me do, please leave it in the comments. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing or hitting the like button. I'll be posting another math hack next week.